What? Wow. Good morning. What's up? What's up? What's up, Alan? Hopefully everyone got a nice solid sleep. If it was, or for some of you it might be nighttime if you're over in Asia. Hopefully you had a good day. BDRX. So scanner already looks a little bit thicker than the previous days this week. It is the last day of the week. Tomorrow we are off. Market is closed for Good Friday. So yeah, that's something to remember. So this is actually the last day of the week and last day of the month. Last day of the week and last day of the month. So don't want to give back the entire month or the entire week to try to save the month. So BDRX does have news extending life expectancy against aggressive brain cancer, which is pretty good news. It's pretty good. Let's take a look here at the dilution tracker. BDRX. Looks like I got to sign in, which I'm not sure why. All right, BDRX. 3.5 million share float. Looks like it already priced in an offering. It does have warrants at 220. And just have registered shelf offerings. So we'll see. We'll see. The daily chart on BDRX doesn't look too good either. But with this catalyst, who knows? This could be the one time where it does actually hold the highs. Because recently, every single time this thing likes to pop, it just goes right back, round trip. But it does have a history of making big moves. So, even on this day was crazy. If we take a look at this is what, 1127. So, even this day held the highs half of the day at least, and then started fading after hours and then the next day. Wow, that's crazy. Imagine if you're holding short on this day. Like, you're not getting squeezed out. Maybe here you take profits, but man, that's a crazy short. That's a crazy short. Imagine if you're still holding that. You could be up like $6, $7 a share right now. But anyways, we do have some decent news. It does have history of making big moves. However, the daily chart, it doesn't like to hold highs. Every time it pops, it drops right back down. So you got to be careful with that. But with this catalyst, who knows? It could be something to look for, maybe a multi-day continuation if it does hold up its highs. It could be that one time. Sometimes these stocks, that one time it doesn't flush back down, that's where the shorts start to get in trouble. And I do see iBio did held highs and now is on a day 2 run, which is also another good sign. Like I was saying yesterday in my recap, it usually takes for a multi-day runner to really change the sentiment in the market. One stock that refuses to fade, and continues breaking highs, that shorts just give up and the stock goes flying. Usually, it takes for that sort of move for the sentiment to shift. So who knows if iBio, is going to make, that squeeze that we're also looking for as well. We can take a look. So iBio is already up, since yesterday. It would have closed at what, 115, all the way up to 495. It's up 335%. That's a pretty decent run. It's a pretty decent run. Not as clean as it would be easy to, it's not that clean to trade, but it still nonetheless went 330%. So maybe today will be more clean if we do see, shorts starting to throw in the towel. I'm not sure if we actually did get a squeeze of, a panic squeeze to the upside, because, every time we did break highs, we didn't really see that, continuation, or like strong continuation. It kind of just chops around. I mean, here we did move another, we broke highs and continued higher, but we didn't really see that thrusting squeeze that we usually see when shorts start to really panic. So who knows if that's going to come. I would assume that, if shorts are still holding from, yesterday, maybe they're looking for this to fail at the open, and they start to cover and profit if they're holding on through these areas. Because sometimes shorts, like to have their stop much higher than we anticipate. Sometimes your stop is much higher than we anticipate. For example, like some people have strategies of, I'm gonna, because what the statistics say is if I take a position here at the highs, the chances of it going another 20% is a lot lower than the chances of it coming down 40%. So, it's a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. Let's say the odds are, 60-40. And so they have a stop 20% higher than their entry, which a 20-cent stop, that's massive. $4 stock, that's 80 cents. If I'm putting a stop, 20% at $4, that's $4.80 is my stop loss. So, sometimes shorts have a stop loss much higher than sometimes, at least for me, my stop loss is break even. So absolutely way bigger than me, but even most long traders, they have their stop sometimes a little bit closer because, shorts want to give, time to work, so it can, they can go for the end of day fade and the end of day cover, which sometimes they need to withstand being underwater sometimes. So who knows, if we do get a panic on IBIO, it's also possible, we see at the open, all the shorts start throwing in the towel and this thing rips straight through 5 and halts up. That's also possible. It's also possible. Let's see here. MESO. So it looks like we're getting a lot of action already. So it looks like a little bit more active day. I just don't know which one is going to be the one. Which one is going to be the one? We have a little bit of spread attention this morning, which can put a damper on action because, well, yes, everything's popping up. There's not enough concentration in one stock for it to continue squeezing or to continue making a move. And in return, or in consequence, none of them go. I've seen that so many times where it's like the market has volume, but because all these other every stock is moving, there's like 5 or 6 stocks moving, that none of them continue going. They may have one pop, but all of them just start to fail because everyone's looking at different stocks. The best moves are when there's an obvious winner, there's an obvious stock. Right now, we're not getting that. When all the traders are dialed in and focused on one stock, that stock usually flies. BDRX is looking good though. I do like BDRX. As a catalyst, as 3.5 million share float. We just broke over the 180-day 200 EMA. which usually acts as, you know, some sort of resistance. That was at 153, so it looks like we did get some resistance here right around 150, but we did break out, which is good. So PIK is another one. This one, look at all these, look at this. This is how many times I trade PIK. This is actually probably one of my more profitable tickers, but I need to delete this. All right, so let's get rid of this. All right, fresh, clean slate here. But yeah, it looks like we had a nice technical pattern here. Looks like there's no news on it. Looks like it's just shorts covering here. You had a massive move here from 3 to 19. Let's say shorts are in. You know, they got a nice fade here all the way down to $3. They probably covered here on the lower low. Now, you know, technical pattern here, reclaiming the previous support, now breaking out of the range, of the upper end of the range. Do I think this is going to continue? Probably not. This is not, there's no catalyst. There's no catalyst. But, you know, if we do retest this higher end of this range and we do hold, we could see, you know, that next push over 660. So we'll see on PIK, but, you know, because there is no catalyst, it's sort of just a technical pattern, and the technical pattern already resolved itself, which what I mean by that is like it already broke out of the upper end of the range. It's likely already done. So it's likely already done. But if it was like around here, let's say 480, 490, the technical pattern could still be in play because it still has yet to break out of the upper end of the channel after the reclaim. And Henster, I am up about 4.5 on the month, which is a slower month, but still, you know, in respect to last year, it's my biggest month in respect to last year. If I look at last year, what was the other stock here? So PIK is a maybe because of those reasons. PIK is a maybe. XLO. This one here plans private placement job cuts. Trading higher after the company announced an exclusive license agreement with Gilead Sciences for tumor activated private placement equity. Hey, looks like we got a new subscriber, Mutt Jeff. What's going on? Happy to have you part of the community. So let's take a look here. XLO. Does have news, but you know, we're consolidating. You got some fading volume here. I think the float's a little bit bigger. The float is 27 million. So, you know, that's definitely going to make a difference in the price action. Still potential. I'm not sure where this came from, this alert, but I must have been watching this before. All right, let me change the alert to, if we can break over, say, VWAP and hold, maybe I can look for the break of the pivot. So I'll put it at 220, 225. Because let's say if we break over, and we hold, I'm going to want to look for this break of this pivot. That's 233. And then, you know, maybe a break over these levels, 250 and 265. If we hold over that, then I'm looking for break at 319. But this one's also a maybe. I don't think this one is going to be my main watch at the open because of the low volume, consolidating under VWAP. I don't really like it if, like I said, we get over VWAP. AKAN. AKAN, penny stock, stocks. I don't know if I like this one. Aconda Corp announces plan to evaluate and enter Bitcoin and AI segments on the cannabis market. What the heck does that mean? That's it. They're just planning to evaluate opportunities in Bitcoin, blockchain, and AI applications in cannabis industry. That's it. There's nothing. So they pretty much did nothing. It's like anyone can put out a news article like this. This is like pure. They're just trying to get the stock to move, I guess, because it's so cheap. This is like somebody just bringing up an idea in the boardroom. Oh, let's take a look at the cannabis market and the Bitcoin. All right, you got that, John? Make sure you publish a news article on that so we can pump the stock. That's pretty much probably what happened. So, you know, this probably not for me. So it's another one I don't like. I'm probably not even going to keep on. I don't have enough charts here available. So this is just going to have to go. I'm not even going to look at it. So out of those stocks, well, AVTX, did we go over AVTX? This one had a massive move after hours. This one, again, like this is a good sign. You know, great move. It could be a little bit hotter day. Avalo shares trading higher after the company announced it acquired phase 2 ready anti whatever that means, which refers to AVTX through the acquisition of privately held Almat Bio. The company announced private placement financing. Okay. This one. Let's take a look at the daily here. So it looks like we have, yeah, so that's not coming into play. This one's potential. It's a little bit more expensive, but does have a micro float. Sub 1 million share float. We broke over some key levels. This is an interesting one. Does have history of making big moves, that's for sure. This one's going to be interesting here for the bell too. So I'm going to be watching, there's going to be 3 stocks I'm going to be watching at the open: IBIO, BDRX, and AVTX. So those are going to be the 3 stocks I'm going to be mainly keeping my eyes on. And whichever one has volume, whichever one is showing the most volume is going to be the one that I'm going to be watching or that I'm going to be trading. PIK, we already went over PIK. PIK was was just a technical pattern. So unless this does hold this level, we could see another retest of the highs. But the pattern may have already unfolded. We broke out of the upper end of the range. There is no news, so it's just basically fueled off a short squeeze of shorts covering in for profit. So unless this holds and runs, it's likely just to fail and come back right back down. But yeah, BDRX. I think I might watch BDRX mainly here. I don't know which one. This one has 150, 200,000 pre-market for a $1 stock. This one has only 15,000, 10,000 for $1 for a $4 stock. AVTX. This one is even less, I think, 3,000 but it is an $18 stock. So it looks like BDRX so far has the most volume. So I guess I'm going to watch this one unless I see on the side chart that IBIO or IBIO or ABTX just starts to get an influx of volume, like massive influx, comparative to, obviously, taking in the price of the stock comparatively. If it's more dollar volume than BDRX, then I'll probably switch over. But I'm definitely going to take it slow here to start. I'm going to take it slow here to start, but if I start getting confirmation that I'm reading the stock right, and I see some decent momentum, and my risk management's tight, then I'm going to size up. I'm going to size up if the opportunity is there, and I'm getting confirmation bias that I'm reading the stock correctly, then I'm going to size up. But if everything starts to fail, then hands off, and I might just come back next week. But so far it's been a slow week, but hopefully you guys get green. Good luck. Stay calm, collected. We're not sure yet how today's going to unfold. I'm not sure if it's a hot day or a slow day, so it could be either or. But it's giving some hope that something will happen today, something decent. So good luck. I'll see you guys on the recap. Also, make sure you hit that thumbs up button for me on the way out and subscribe if you're new. Here is the disclaimer so you guys can review, and I'll catch you guys in the recap. All right, peace.